You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we'll get to the coaching search in a minute. All right. We got something new that has emerged about Sherrone Moore and his time while coaching Michigan. As a Michigan fan, I see this and I'm like, you fine-ass bitch. I mean, I can't even believe this is possible. But it is, I guess. Unbelievable. By the way, I love Wink Martindale. I'm a big fan. He's old school and gritty and rough. And I can only imagine that while he's having a conversation, a coach-to-coach talk, Sherrone Moore started bawling. What is happening? What is going on? Can we get a new coach? I mean, Kyle Whittingham, can we get him in there? Jeff Brohm, is anybody around? Todd Monken is now emerged? Nah. Go get John Harbaugh, for crying out loud. If you're going to go to the Ravens and rob that tree, try to shake that tree again. Wink Martindale's Giants tenure ended with a blow-up with Brian Daboll. Yeah, by the way, a lot of good that did Daboll. Not being able to get along with a good professional defensive coordinator like Wink Martindale. Guess what? You fired your defensive coordinator this year, too. And then you got fired. His relationship with his next head coach deteriorated similarly. According to Detroit Free Press, things between Martindale and Michigan's defensive coordinator and since fired head coach Sherrone Moore took an ugly turn in February when Moore, quote, delivered a vitriolic outburst featuring tears and tossed papers. You threw a fit crying? Guys, I can't even believe this is real. What a shit stain on the underwear of Michigan coaching history right now. Yikes. Because he overheard coaches talking about a potential recruit. Moore, fired on December 10th over an inappropriate relationship with a staffer and then hit with charges related to entering the staffer's apartment after the firing, told his coaches he didn't want to, quote, people talking behind his back regarding recruits, the Free Press reports. Quote, we're trying to help you get the right recruits, Martindale responded. Quote, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, Moore replied. What? What? You said that to Wink Martindale, you moron. Quote, yeah, I'm just the old guy, Martindale said, now 62. That's when Moore lost it and started crying. What the fudge? Quote, I don't know how hard it is to be the head football coach. You don't know how hard it is to be the head football coach and the pressure. Is that why you were trying to relieve pressure every place you could possibly do it? What a grade A beta scumbag this guy is. A high-ranking Michigan official told the Free Press that Moore, quote, wasn't even speaking to his coaches in the weeks leading up to the firing. Yeah, it was coming out that they pretty much knew they were gone because this dude couldn't keep it in his pants. Another source told the outlet simply of Moore and Martindale, yeah, they did not like each other. Yeah, because Martindale's an old school alpha, bad, gritty, gravelly, just he's a bad mother effer. He's old school as hell. Dealing with Sherrone. He must have been like, man, I'm up here coaching. This coach is a clown and should have clown shoes on. And I'm having to deal with this guy. Martindale told the Free Press he was advised not to comment on Michigan football matters. Moore, 39, father of 3, was charged with a third-degree felony home invasion and misdemeanors related to stalking, breaking and entering, and every other thing you could possibly think of. Quote, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life. She ruined your life. I mean, she's culpable in everything going on because she knew how you. She let it keep going on, and she knew you was married, so she ain't without some fault there. But he's a fucking psycho and a beta. We're finding out. Todd Monken. Really? I mean, I don't know. There's part of me that doesn't hate this, but they're not thrilled with him in Baltimore. Now, by the time you get to this, there'll be a Ravens video out probably for a couple of hours where it looks like Lamar Jackson may be the problem up there. It may not be Todd Monken. The thing I do like is this guy had the stint with Georgia. That's what I do like about Monken. Monken's name arose as part of a report on Wednesday morning from Football Scoop. After speaking to one person who could not comment publicly, Monken is a real candidate for the Wolverines. A two-time national champion offensive coordinator with Georgia, 2021-22, he oversaw an offense that exactly fits what Michigan is trying to do with personnel. That's true. He has extensive college and NFL experience. That's true. Yes, he is 59 years old, but he's still young enough to come in for a decade, if need be, to stabilize the program. I guess that's true, too. Monken had Chip Lindsey as his offensive coordinator at Southern Mississippi some time ago. The potential for this hiring, by the way, 9 out of 10, according to them. Jeff Brohm, 5 out of 10. I don't know what's going on with that. Do I like Jeff Brohm at Louisville? Yeah. Kyle Whittingham, I would love this hire. I suspect their hang-up is this. Whittingham is 66 years old and certainly has shown that he can do more with less. Yeah, I mean, he dominated at Utah for years and years and years. He kept that program completely relevant with a whole lot less resources. I would like this hire. I suspect the age scares some people. He could be there, what? 6 to 7 years? I could deal with that. Groom a guy under him to take over after the fact. And Drinkowitz, of course, with Missouri. I don't know. I know there's still rumors of that floating around. I don't know how realistic that is. This coaching search has turned into a mess. You know, I guess I could squint and turn my head and sort of at an angle and kind of be okay with Todd Monken, but I mean, that didn't do a lot for me at all. By the way, they still got Kalen DeBoer as being an 8 out of 10 possibility here. It does make it, the Kalen DeBoer thing certainly feels more and more real the longer it goes without them hiring a coach because he's still in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. You know? Would they want to look at if Stefanski got fired? What about Brian Daboll? He's rough, and I thought he'd have been a good Penn State guy. Matt Campbell, we'd have taken him in Michigan. This has turned into a mess. Get a good professional head football coach in there to just stabilize and not Biff. I don't know. No. Come on. Biff. I tell you a guy I do like a lot. David Shaw. A lot of fans, I don't even know if you know who that is. He's on the Lions staff, but he was He was with Harbaugh at Stanford as his offensive coordinator. Then he took over for Harbaugh and ran a really good program at one of the toughest schools to have winning records at. And Shaw, until the very last couple of years, it started dropping off. But before that, I mean, Shaw had real winning seasons without Harbaugh. Wouldn't be a sexy name, but man, I don't know why his name doesn't. He's got NFL experience too. I don't know why his name doesn't come up more in head coaching jobs. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.